So it has been 5 days since I've submitted a Freedom of Information request to the government asking for a report about transparency in animal testings, which they have refused to publish for the last 11 years. So by law, the government has another 15 days to respond to me. So until then, I'm going to be sharing information that I know with you about this topic. And today I'm going to read to you from the consultation that started it all. So this consultation was done by the Home Office, and it's called Consultation on the Review of Section 24 of the Animals Scientific Procedures Act 1986. Now, Section 24 is known as the secrecy clause because this clause of the law criminalises anyone that wants to disclose information about the scientific experiments, and that anyone includes the government. What this means is we don't get a lot of information about what happens in the labs. What I'm going to do is read to you paragraph by paragraph, and then I can provide some context on them. Before I even get into the consultation, it's some words from the minister at the time. In February this year, which is 2014, the coalition government published a delivery plan outlining the commitment to working to reduce the use of animals in scientific research. Great. This plan seeks to build on the UK's leading position in the adoption of the 3 R's. The first R is replacements, which is replacement of animals with non-animal methods as appropriate. The second R is reduction of the numbers of animals used. And the last one is refinements of procedures to minimize harm to the animals involved. Okay, first of all, who lived through the coalition government? I did. Anyway, back to the consultation. I think I want to first recognize that the government at the time had a whole plan to reduce animal use in scientific research, which I think deserve at least a few claps. And second, I think it's very important is that the UK was the first country to write the 3 R's principle into laws. So that definitely deserves a round of applause. A short history lesson. The 3 R's was first published in a book in 1959 by Russell and Birch, but for a few decades nothing's happened. And then in 1986 the UK established a law called Animals Scientific Procedures Act in 1986, which they wrote in the 3 R's. So reduce, replace, refine. But ever since then, even in the last decade, the use of animals in research has only gradually decreased to the point where the UK is the top country in using animals for testings in Europe, sometimes competing with France, so they kind of fight for the top spots. With the UK being quite a small country compared to the rest of Europe, it really puts a perspective on how reliant we are on using animals for scientific research. And to fully understand why that is, we would have to dive into how each project is evaluated and approved to go ahead for experiments here in the UK. But in short, basically the law doesn't really enforce the replacement part of the 3 R's. It only focuses on the reduction and the refinement. So this is a great start to